Hello, welcome back to the channel, and today will be the Kansas State video talking about the reigning champions of the Big 12, maybe the most overlooked and underreported thing of all time. When you look back like 3 or 4 years from now, I want you to be like, who won the 2022-2023 Big 12 season? Everyone will say TCU, but it was not. It was Kansas State. They lost to him in the regular season by 1 or 2 points. I think it was like 3 points or something like that. And then they obviously beat him in the championship game, which made TCU sneak back in. So who knows? Looking at Kansas State, their recruiting last year, they were 5th in the conference, 3 4-stars, 23 3-stars. So a lot in terms of guys for development. You look at the top of the top, and they're doing more with less. They got in Avery Johnson, a quarterback from Maize, Kansas, or Maize, it's spelled Maize, Kansas. He's a 4-star quarterback. Yep, #1 athlete in the state. They have another athlete coming in, 3-star, 4-star edge, Jordan Allen. I'm trying to think their other 4-stars, but I cannot see him at the moment. But yeah, they got a lot of guys coming in. As for the transfer portal, they got Trayshawn Ward, a running back with all of his eligibility from Florida State, 4-star running back, helping replace Deuce Vaughn. Keegan Johnson, 4-star receiver from Iowa, he's coming in. Marquise Siegel from North Dakota State coming in. He's a corner. And then they've got Jevin Banks, defensive lineman from Mississippi State, coming in as well. And then their 2 exits are Crew Jackson, a linebacker, to Arizona State, and Jalen Travis to Incarnate Ward in D2. But yeah, that's it. They have only, 4 guys coming in, 2 guys leaving. And they lost 4 guys to the draft. Felix Nduke Uzoma, 1st round defensive end. Julius Brents to the Colts, cornerback. Josh Hayes, defensive back from Tampa Bay, or going to Tampa Bay. And then Deuce Vaughn to the Cowboys, which we really saw a lot. So those are the guys that we're really working with there. They have to replace, obviously, their running back, which they did with Trayshawn Ward. He's going to walk right in there saying. Keegan Johnson also could be a starting guy there. As for their biggest players that are guys you need to know, obviously it starts with their quarterback, Will Howard. Great season last year once he finally came in. He was, battling for the job with Martinez. Is it Adrian? Yeah, Adrian Martinez, the guy from last year from Nebraska. He came in and did his thing. But their 2 draft picks that you're looking at here are Cooper Beebe and KT Leviston, both guards, right? So it's helpful when you're replacing a running back. You're bringing a new one in, fresh system. You've got 2 NFL offensive linemen at your 5 linemen. That's pretty good. They've got KT Leviston listed as an inside lineman, but on the R-Lads depth chart, he's a left tackle. So all things, start and end with their schedule, right? Because it's Kansas State. It's the Big 12. It's just how it always works with these guys. Is an absolute Royal Rumble. And looking at their schedule, they start off at home for the first 2 weeks with Southeast Missouri State. And then Troy, obviously 2 wins there. They play at Missouri in a very interesting out-of-conference game. I think it's going to be a very close game. I don't even know what the score's going to be that one. ESPN has them as a slight favorite in that game. What would have been an out-of-conference game in years past, they're playing UCF in their first Big 12 game of the year. That'll be at home. That'll probably be a win. Then they go at Oklahoma State. Should be a win. Oklahoma State's pretty low and pretty down this year. Then they have to go at Texas Tech. I think that might be a loss. Texas Tech's real good. I think I'm going to have them be my video for next Tuesday in terms of Big 12. And yeah, I really like what Texas Tech is doing, so I'm going to have that be a loss. So they're currently, 5-1. TCU at home. No bias here as a Michigan fan. They're going to lose every game this year, so that's 6-1 now going after that one into Houston at home. So TCU and Houston at home back-to-back weeks should be 2 wins as well. That's 7-1. At Texas, I'm not at that. I'm this. So, unfortunately, for the Kansas State fans out there, it's going to be a loss for that game. So, you're now, 7-2. Your next game at home, Baylor. That should be a win. Baylor's pretty bad this year. So, there's a big win there. Then you have at Kansas. As my guy Rico Bosco always says, they own this rivalry. Kansas State always wins. Special teams. I think it's the Sunflower or something. Sunflower Bowl, Sunflower matchup. Something involved there. But I got them winning that one. And then they're beating Iowa State at home to close the season out. So they have a pretty friendly schedule, right? Nope, not playing Oklahoma. That's always nice. Unfortunately, you're at Texas and at Texas Tech, but those are your 2 losses. Maybe you go in 10-2. Maybe you lose a random one in there, or you beat one of the Texas teams, and you find yourself 11-1 or 10-2 again. But 10-2 is my prediction. I'm just outside looking in of major bowl games and the championship game between the 2 11-1 Texas and Oklahoma's that we had the previous 2 weeks. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. Will Howard, he's a senior. I think he's got a COVID year as well, so he could come back. But this is probably, his best opportunity to show that he should have been starting all of last year. Obviously, he did down the stretch once Martinez got injured and didn't really give the job back after that. So I do think they are, sneaky, a dark horse. That's why I have it on the thumbnail, looking at as, hiding in plain sight, because it makes no sense. It's like they won the conference last year. They return almost everything. They lose their running back and 2 corners, which they replaced. So it's like, okay, where is this massive leap that everyone thinks they're going to have? And by leap, I mean fall, right? As for their odds, they're currently 16-1 plus 1,600 to make the playoff. And as for their Big 12 odds, they are third at plus 500. So that's similar to Penn State, right? Texas and Oklahoma, they have guys 1 and 2. They think that they're going to be, back and forth there. But it's like, hey, they're the third team. So you could definitely see it happening. I mean, we had TCU as a crazy outlier last year come in. So I think Kansas State going to have another good season. They extended their coach. They're doing a really good thing out there. And I think that, when Oklahoma leaves and when Texas leaves, they're in a very good spot to run that conference. I mean, you're looking at it right now, right? Without them, here's your odds without them, right? You've got 5-1 Kansas State, and you've got 11-1 Texas Tech, 16-1 Baylor, 21-1 TCU, right? So clearly they're the next favorite in terms of, it's like if the Big Ten lost Michigan and Ohio State, who do you think would run that conference? Penn State, right? So, that's all I got for now. Watch out for the Wildcats this year and going forward. And hey, any school that wears purple is good in my book, except TCU. So, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Peace.